pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dance Time in Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio here on irlonestar.com. Mornings with Lone Star. We are live in the studio in downtown Conroe, Texas. If you are listening on our FM or on our app, we do have a special guest right now, so we're broadcasting live on our Facebook and YouTube channels, so you can watch us. We're going to be talking about the South County 4th of July, and my special guest today is John Powers. He is on, from what I understand, on the board, I guess that's what you call it, right? Because it is a nonprofit event that's put on over in the Woodlands area. It's a big, huge parade. Everyone's probably heard of it. John, what's going on?
Yeah, well, good morning. Thank you for having me. Yes, it is a huge parade. We're happy to be producing it again. It's the 47th annual for all of South County. And I'm happy to serve as the president of the Board of Directors of the South County 4th of July Committee. It is a nonprofit made up of volunteers, and then it takes hundreds of volunteers, other volunteers to help produce it.
Now, for people who are wondering, it is on the 4th of July.
Tuesday, the 4th of July.
Let's just make sure everyone knows that. And if you want more information on anything we talk about with John, I put it in the description on our YouTube, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. The website for the event is, get ready for this one, 4thofjulyparade.org. I don't know how you got that website, but it's 4th, that's number 4, TH, of July parade.org for all this information we're talking about. So, you know, you said, what annual is this?
47th.
47th? That's actually, how long has the Woodlands been around?
It'll be 50 years next year, so it started right after that.
Okay.
The Lions Club actually started the parade years ago, and they produced it for 20-plus years. And then it was handed over to a separate group that became the South County Committee.
Okay.
But the Lions Club's still very involved, very supportive. They provide some in-kind services, and then they handle the stage area that's at the Town Green Park. So there's several, around the parade route, there's several DJs and announcers so that we can spread the spectators out. We expect 15 to 20,000. So the Lions Club handles the Town Green Park stage.
All right, so I'm on your website. Is there a parade route right now that I could look at?
I don't know if it's been posted. Our graphics folks is doing that currently. But just envision Market Street there in Town Center.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to. I can show people stuff, so I'm trying to see. But if anything, guys, just follow them on Facebook, South County 4th of July Parade. I'll put the link for that too, and that's where they post. Yeah, that's where you guys are posting like up to date stuff.
Exactly.
You have a Twitter and Instagram. So if anyone gets really confused right now, because I confuse a lot of people, just check out those links, and then you guys explain it pretty easily. But I want to know, with the parade, the tradition is always you have like the guy at the front or the lady. Is that called the parade, like
Grand Marshal?
Grand Marshal? Is that gonna be you? Who's it gonna be this year?
No, each year it's a local dignitary to be honored and recognized, and we're very proud this year to have Dr. Curtis Knoll, Conroe ISD superintendent, to be the Grand Marshal.
Yeah, he's a pretty popular guy.
He's a wonderful guy. We're very honored to have him. You know, Conroe Independent School District is like the 9th largest school district in the state, and only one of 2 school districts that's been recognized for over 12 consecutive years of being one of the top performers on academics and financial efficiency and operations. So And the theme that go along with Dr. Knoll of the parade is America, our classroom for freedom. So we're kind of playing the theme with Dr. Knoll and other aspects of the parade on education and classroom.
Okay. So if people are listening right now and they want to participate, I know you guys have volunteer positions to help kind of, I imagine, do the roads and kind of coordinate, because there's a lot of things to coordinate during the parade. And then you also are looking for sponsors for the parade, and they're also looking for people to be in the parade.
Definitely.
So let's start with that. I want to be in the parade. What does that entail? Like, do I need to fill out a form?
Yes.
Okay.
We do have an application, and entries are limited, so we encourage people to get those in. They can get them off the website or Facebook, and there's a small entry fee. If it's just a community organization like a youth soccer club or band or neighborhood association, that's $25 for their entry. If it's a commercial entry or a business, it's $150 for the entry. And there's a waiver to sign, and we need those in by June 19th to send those in, and then we'll let people know for sure that they're in. But we usually have around 130 to 150 entries. That includes dignitaries and bands and military, and then these community entries. So they can go to the website, fill out the form. It's PDF. You can do it online, or you can mail it in if you want to do that, and submit your check or electronic payment through Zelle, and we'll get you in.
And for the parade, if no one really knows, there's actually kind of rules for parades these days.
Definitely.
Like, I remember one rule, and I don't know if it's still, you can't throw candy. I remember that.
Right.
Because people run out into the street to grab the candy.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to think of something else. Like, there might be, like, you can't have diesel trucks or something like, I forget.
Our rules don't prohibit diesels.
Yeah.
But they do prohibit forget what you call
The
when
tuning? The choke or whatever,
right.
whatever they blow all the
Right,
smoke.
blow all the
Because I
smoke,
remember
yeah.
that being one.
Yeah.
And but the candy one was really, like, I never knew that was a strict rule, and it is like I think it might be against the law.
Well, it's not against the law in, as far as I know, in Montgomery County or in the Woodlands Township for sure. But it's a
It's frowned
safety
upon.
hazard, right? We don't want to entice kids or anyone else to run out into the parade. So no throwing of anything, no shooting any water guns or anything of that into the parade. Entries can walk alongside their entry and hand out things.
Yes.
Like that. So they want to hand out candy or beads or flags,
Hot dogs.
whatever.
Wouldn't that be it's 4th of July. Wouldn't that be a cool of like a rolling hot dog
There
stand?
you go. Come on, put your entry in. You can do the hot dogs.
Think about that. That'd actually be pretty good. And I think that's what's kind of fun about the parade aspect is if you do want to participate, there's different ways to do it.
Many different
And then especially in the parade, like you can design a float or have a car to walk. Like it kind of just it's not like a fast parade.
No, it's about it's a mile, 0.3, and it takes about 90 minutes for the parade to get through. There's walkers, like you said. There's dogs, dog clubs, car clubs, churches, civic organizations.
Well, let's talk about the volunteer stuff. So if I want to volunteer, what do I have to do? Like I know you have the forms and everything, but what do you require volunteers to do?
Well, it begins with a training and orientation that'll be the last day, June 29th, I believe it's scheduled for, at the parking lot of the Woodlands Methodist Church. That's where the staging is. And there'll be a brief training there, and the volunteers will be assigned to different groups. We have staging, we have traffic control, as you mentioned. There'll be some at the announcing tents around and other various places. So they'll be assigned, and they'll be given fairly detailed instructions on what they're going to do the day of. And really is to show up around 6:37 and then work until the parade is over at 10:30, 11. And they get a T-shirt, they get recognition, they get ice and bottled water, and be integral part of producing the parade.
No hot dog.
Well, unless you're there handing them out.
I'm telling you,
they
that's
won't.
going to be something I'll work towards.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a hot dog on the 4th of July. Now let's go to the most important part, how it all works is sponsorships. Really put this on. And you guys have different levels of sponsorships. Let's talk about if I want to sponsor the event, where would my sponsorship be? What do I get for it? Because I always want something for it, especially here. We have sponsors here at the station, so I understand how it works. So I'm looking at your website. You got all the way from like red, white, and blue sponsors, parade entry award sponsors, band scholarship sponsors. So tell me a little bit about that.
It does. It takes quite an effort financially, in addition to volunteers, to produce the parade. Actually, the budget is over $50,000 to produce the parade. It goes for security, traffic control. We do have Montgomery County Sheriff's officers, thanks to Sheriff Rand Henderson and Captain Holyfield. Sergeant
Is it
David
really Captain
Hernandez.
Holyfield?
Yes. You know him?
No, I just dig the last name. I think that's great.
Yeah. So Sergeant Hernandez and Armendariz are out doing safety and traffic control. We have to rent tents and porta potties.
And I
all
don't
kind
think
of stuff.
people
So
really realize how big this is.
it's huge.
I mean, 90 minutes.
yes.
That's like a Disney movie or an old Disney movie. I think the new ones are really long now.
Yeah. We compare ourselves to Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
But see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and
And they didn't have a hot dog one.
no, they
So-
don't. So you hit on something there, Dave.
I think it's going to be something. And then someone will complain. Oh, I got sick from a hot dog. Well, which hot dog? There's only one hot dog float.
Only one.
But I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. So, like, becoming a sponsor, you have like small levels too, where you could be an individual contributing.
Please, definitely. We would love to have individuals contribute. They'll be recognized in all of our promotions and media. On the back of the volunteer T-shirts, and again, there's over 200 of those that'll be out and about. And again, it's just, we're celebrating our nation's independence. It'll be the 247th year of the Declaration of Independence, and I think everyone feels patriotic this time of year. And when you see the parade with the military entries, the community floats, beautiful floats, and everyone that's involved, it's just a real sense of patriotism. And so being a part of that, to support that, I think everybody wants to in some way or manner. And we certainly take their money to help pay for the cost to produce it.
So let me remind folks, on the 4th of July, the South County, over, like I would say, right between Spring and the Woodlands area, it's at Market Street? Is that where?
Market Street's the core of this, and thanks to Jenny Taylor, the general manager, and Naomi Gonzalez, they host that area.
Okay.
And so that's Grand Central there. They'll be, before the parade, they will have the Woodlands Community Band perform beginning at about 8 o'clock. When the parade starts at 9 there at the park.
So 9 a.m.
is when the parade starts.
When the parade starts, guys. And your Facebook and your social media will be posting the route. So if you can find a safe place to park yourself and watch it, that's all. That information is going to be posted pretty soon, I imagine.
It will be, yeah.
And because I know a lot of families are like, we have to camp out somewhere because we got to get there early.
Well, yes, it'll be crowded, and parking could be a struggle. But just envision the streets around Market Street: Grogan's Mill, Lake Robbins Drive, Timberlock, and Lake Woodlands. That square and and inside Market Street is where the spectators have the best view, or really, that's the viewing area.
Mm-hmm. And then anything going on afterwards? Because you said it's 90 minutes. So if it starts at 9, I mean, it's almost going to be lunchtime. So what's going on afterwards? Is there anything going? I think, Market Street always has something going on.
Market Street does, for sure. All those businesses and restaurants will be open. And there is quite a bit going on in the Woodlands Township, not produced by the parade, although at 7 o'clock, the parade committee will announce the award winners of those parade entries, those floats. There's 10 different categories that are judged by dignitary celebrity judges. And at 7 at Waterway Square, the fountains at Waterway Square, the committee will announce those 10 award winners.
At what time?
7 o'clock that night.
Oh, that night.
Right, yeah. That is right before when the township's Red Hot and Blue Festival starts. And they've got
so
5 different locations of
everything's
fireworks.
kind of working in tandem. It
Yes.
sounds like the whole day.
It is.
You could literally spend the whole day there.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's going to change people's priorities right there. I like that. So people need to. So that's South County 4th of July. That's the parade going on at 9 o'clock. We're gonna there's links and everything for everyone to check it out. And then next after that is something that they're doing down there too. It's called, what's that called? The
Red Hot and Blue Festival.
Red Hot and Blue Festival. I have no idea what that is. We'll get them in here and we'll talk about that. So Red Hot and Blue Festival, and then you close out the night with the award winners of the parade.
And then the township does the fireworks at dark.
Yeah.
5 different locations: at the fountains, at Town Green Park, at North Shore Park, Creekside Park. There's fireworks displays all over the Woodlands area down into Harris County.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like a wonderful day. And John, thank you so much for coming in and talking about it. Is there anything else we did not cover that you want to cover before we get off the streams?
Well, I want to recognize our committee board members,
Okay.
Vice President Kelly Dietrich. I'm very fortunate that we have Kelly, who's been with the committee over 20 years. And then Stuart Schroeder, who's the treasurer. He, too, has been on the committee for decades. Kelly and Stuart, both past presidents, so they provide a lot of mentoring and advice. We've got Angel Nix, who's with the township. She's the secretary. Then Naomi Gonzalez that does our marketing, and Dick Sorensen, who's in charge of all that staging of the parade floats and compliance with that. So those are all volunteers.
You
They're
remember
all
all these people's
unpaid.
names?
They're great.
Do you see them a lot? You just know their names. It's kind of crazy. It's like they're almost like they're relatives.
Well, they are. We're working pretty closely
I know
together.
that's how you can tell you people remember that many names, that many responsibilities. It's like, oh, yeah, they probably in a bunker somewhere for like 10 hours trying to figure all this parade stuff out.
And I would like to mention that Kelsey Seabold is the title sponsor, so that level is gone. And we really appreciate Kelsey Seabold, the Woodlands Clinics, being the title sponsor for that. But we need many other sponsors that you mentioned, and be glad to talk to them of what level.
It's always important, and I want to encourage everyone to check all the links out. And the website is pretty easy to function, especially if you want to volunteer or you're looking for a form for sponsorship or to be in the parade. I think that's going to be a kind of a cool thing. I always encourage people to do that at least one time, is be in a parade, because it's a lot of fun. And again, you guys have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. The website for the listeners on the radio, it is 4th of July parade.org. That's 4th of July parade.org. Okay, John, thank you so much for being with us. You're listening to Mornings of Lone Star here at Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget, it is Wednesday at 10 o'clock. We have Audience of One starting a fresh new episode for you guys. We're going to be taking a little music break until then, so stick around. You're listening to irlonestar.com.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear